Konnichiwa and welcome to episode 18 of the Leadership Japan podcast. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. And after hearing how passionate we are, people have asked, well, fine, but why should we choose Dale Carnegie Training? So let's make that our topic today and explore that issue. Today's topic: why choose Dale Carnegie Training? We have one overriding goal with our training. We deliver behavior change in the participants so that they absorb and use what they've been taught. We do this to produce long-term outcomes for clients, and we do this off the base of over 100 years of experience in dealing with adult learners. This sounds obvious, getting behavior change, but the vast majority of training simply imparts information which never gets applied, so the training is wasted. Dale Carnegie Training is the only global training company to be ISO 9001 certified. What that means is that we have really invested in our trainer development program, and we continue to invest. ISO certification requires a lot of commitment and shows we are a serious professional organization. The result of our attention to professionalism on the part of our trainers is the fact that we score very high satisfaction rates with our training. Recently, we asked the headquarters in New York for the last 5 years of results on satisfaction scores with our training here in Japan. All trainers, all courses, workshops, seminars, everything. The results came back with a 97.7% satisfaction rate. You don't get that level of client satisfaction by accident. It shows everything about what we do and how we do it. We deliver the behavior change which produces the outcomes our clients seek. In 1912, Dale Carnegie Training started the YMCA on 125th Street, New York. In 1936, the launch of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, became a global bestseller and remains a global bestseller today. The principles for getting on better with people that Dale Carnegie showcased in his book struck a chord all around the world. Those principles are timeless and universal. In Japan, the translation has sold 9 million copies and continually ranks in the top 10 business books. On January 8, 1963, the first Dale Carnegie training class was held in Tokyo. 102 years of history globally and 51 years in Japan assures clients that this is a proven, well-tested material that works. It is thoroughly tested in 91 countries and 30 languages around the world and is always kept current. We are constantly helping companies deal with their people issues, and this keeps the curriculum up to date and compelling. We don't teach everything, but we do specialize in 6 key areas of corporate need. Team member engagement. Engagement focused on getting the team behind a new direction for the organization, building a new culture internally, and welding 2 teams together after a merger or acquisition. Engagement is also closely tied to innovation, and all companies need to do better in this area. No one comes up with better ways of doing things when they don't care and are not motivated. Leadership development. Succession planning is a big subject for all organizations, and on-the-job training is too random to guarantee the needed levels of leadership expertise the company requires. Managers who just manage are a luxury companies can't afford. They need people who can lead and manage. To lead, you need to be able to work through people. This is where Dale Carnegie's insights into mastering people skills really changes the game. Presentation effectiveness. Persuasive ability is critical, be it a one-on-one conversation or one too many. When we speak, we represent the company, the brand. Knowing how to persuasively present ideas and information to an audience is a must-have skill. Few people are confident to do this. Process improvement and innovation. Doing more, faster, better with less drives the need for innovation in processes. Problem solving, driving change effectively, project management, and fundamentals all companies need to perfect. Sales effectiveness. The business-to-business sales cycle, that is, rapport, interest, solution, handling objections, motive and commitment, must be mastered by the sales team. Negotiating, account development, pipeline, prospecting, all need high levels of expertise. Customer service. Inbound and outbound telephone skills, managing customer expectations, complaint resolution, value solutions, cross and upselling, referrals, attitudes for service, etc., are among the areas covered. Over the last 102 years of teaching adult learners, we've discovered a couple of truths. Most training doesn't work. It is often just a sugar hit that doesn't last. 1 month after the training, hardly anyone remembers much from the experience. The biggest problem is people don't apply what they've learned, hence no behaviour change. No behaviour change, no progress. When Dale Carnegie started his training system, he didn't try to take on Harvard or the Ivy League universities and challenge them on their theoretical constructs. He decided to provide training that was highly practical. He did this for a very simple reason. He was paid each night the participants attended his class. He rapidly discovered that if he didn't provide practical training, they didn't come back. This is one of the niche strengths of Dale Carnegie training. What we teach is immediately applicable and highly practical. The ROI, the return on investment on the training, comes straight away. There is a contradiction in business today. Team members in organizations who keep doing the same things in the same way are getting the same results. The problem is no company wants the same results. They want an improved, better result. To get better results requires a change. We either do something completely new or something old but in a different way. These are the only two ways to get better results. Both of these, however, require a change, and this is where the process breaks down. It breaks down because the people involved resist change. The trap is the comfort zone. We are constantly seeking to reduce risk in our lives in every aspect. We find the cheapest, fastest, safest way to get to work every day. We find the restaurants we like best in a kilometre radius from our workplace. We have our friends at work and those outside of work with whom we feel most comfortable. In short, we climb into our comfort zone and resist stepping out of it. The vast majority of training is a transfer of data and information with no reference to helping the participants step out of their comfort zone. So after the training, everybody goes back to their workstations and unrepentantly keep doing things as they've always done them, and the training is completely wasted. Dale Carnegie found the solution to this issue a long time ago and has built breakthroughs into the training that encourages people step by step to get out of their comfort zone and embrace change. The Dale Carnegie system uses the cycle of performance improvement to get results for companies. This is a skill or performance gap that the company wishes to close. This requires training to improve the current situation. In Japan, there is an attitude problem to training, which is rather unique, which must be overcome before anything else can be done. Many training participants turn up to training classrooms in Japan with little or no idea why they are there. They certainly lack objectives and goals for the training. Part of this is poor management, and part is cultural. In Japan, being told you have to go to training is often considered a slight on one's current ability, a veiled criticism that somehow you are lacking in some department. The managers, usually undertrained or untrained, are not helping. You have training in 2 weeks. HR have the details, is the typical boss-staff conversation. What a daunting prospect training becomes for the attendees, and what a task for the trainer to overcome that negative attitude. Imagine the difference if the boss-staff member conversation went along these lines. Suzuki, you are doing a great job. I see a future senior role for you here. In fact, we are going to invest in you. We're bringing in the world-famous Dale Carnegie Training Company to run some courses, and we want you to be one of those selected to attend. You probably have some areas you'd like to make even better, so let's get those down on paper so we can pass them on to the trainer for special attention. Yeah, that is a good list. Here are a couple of other areas where I think the training would take you to an even higher level, so let's include them too. By the way, after the training, I'd like you to come back and tell me how you are going to use what you learned in the training in your job. At Dale Carnegie Training, we are very experienced with attendees being skeptical, fearful, or negative about the training at the start. We have special techniques to compensate for that and switch their focus to how the training can be a plus for their career advancement. The participants are usually bracing themselves to be lectured at and are surprised and delighted by the interactivity of the training. After getting the participant attitude positive about the training, we focus on the knowledge transfer. Now, this is interesting because this is where all training companies put the emphasis on the content. Dale Carnegie has found that this is not enough. The issue with knowledge transfer is around retention. As mentioned earlier, in most cases with other training companies, a month after the training, the knowledge has evaporated. We have developed techniques in our training methodology that provide permanent learning. One of the methods we use is self-discovery. Sadly, when we, the instructors, say something, the listeners can have it go in one ear and out the other. Over the last 100 plus years, we've been fighting this trend by imparting knowledge in a way that is the most effective. If I say it as the instructor, you will forget it. But if you say it as the attendee, you are more likely to remember it. As trainers, we seek to have you find the insight yourself rather than serving it up to you. We have found that by setting the scene to help you get the idea yourself, you take the ownership of the information or idea and you never forget it. Now that sounds easy, but it takes a high degree of skill on the part of the trainer to accomplish that outcome. We constantly challenge the participants to think about issues, to form opinions, and to achieve breakthrough insights. There is a powerful resource sitting in every training room, and that is experiential learning. We actively have the participants share experiences, insights, and ideas, as we have found that this is a very rich source of learning. Individual thinking, group discussions, presenting one's ideas are constants in our training. Another speciality of Dale Carnegie training is getting the training content out of our heads and into our bodies. We put a lot of emphasis on role play and modeling the outcomes we want to achieve. Now, intellectually, we're all fantastic at getting it. We are less fantastic at doing anything with it. We understand, but we don't do. We know, but we don't apply it. This is called the knowledge trap and is the reason why we focus so much energy on getting the practical application of what is being taught and having that executed immediately. Our time-space learning construct helps with this because between each of the sessions, the participants have practical homework where they have to apply what they've learned, come back the next session and report on the result. This allows us to build the positive new habits that ensure the learning is permanent, practical, and relevant to each individual's needs. We do the training in either Japanese or English in 3 different ways. 1, we customize the training for companies based on their unique needs. For many training companies, customizing training is very expensive and time-consuming. In our case, as we've been doing this for over 100 years, we have a massive curriculum of over 150 teaching content modules, and we see our ability to quickly and effectively customize the content as a major competitive advantage. Of our corporate in-house training in Japan, around 90 to 95% would be customized training. In some cases, our existing core courses are perfect for that company, and we need only to customize the delivery in the classroom to match their business reality. We have a large seminar curriculum as well, which has a tactical focus compared to the strategic focus of the customized training. Stress management, step up to leadership, multitasking, time management, cold calling, successful public speaking are all popular titles. We can bring these in-house or deliver them as a public program. Our public programs focus on the core courses, which include leaders, not managers. Managers are an unaffordable luxury. The Leadership Training for Managers course. Persuasive, confident, impressive, presentation success secrets, our high impact presentations course. Sales professionalism, success guaranteed, sales advantage course. Successful sales leadership course. How to get that business boost, the 5 drivers of success, the Dale Carnegie course. And number 6, the advanced Dale Carnegie course. For companies with too few staff to warrant bringing a course inside as an in-house program, these public courses are a big advantage. Sending one or a few staff along to the public seminars and courses allows the team to get training at the highest possible level. For some larger companies that worry about too much groupthink or too much insularity in their organization, these public offerings are very attractive. They allow the staff to mix with people from a vast array of backgrounds and industry sectors. A lot of training is disparate. You do training on leadership, sales, presentations, etc. There's no common glue binding it all together. That is not the case with Dale Carnegie training. We have 2 strong common threads running right through all of our training. One is Dale Carnegie's principles. The advantages of this common thread is that when you do training with us, you find the principles appear in all content, so you are able to master them. You can also keep that base knowledge and move on to a higher plane because you're already familiar with the content. The second thread is the coaching methodology. The trainer's role is critical to the success of training. In Dale Carnegie, all of our trainers are ISO 9001 certified. It requires a huge commitment to become a Dale Carnegie trainer. This is not for the faint-hearted. You must complete 250 hours of training minimum to certify. Each year, you must recertify to keep instructing. Visiting master trainers from headquarters keep everyone on their toes and ensure global standards are being met. Our trainers come from business backgrounds, so they understand the issues facing the participants very well. They can add additional insights from their own business experiences. All training is surveyed and the results are sent back to headquarters. In this way, we can compare the trainers on a global basis against total quality index scores to make sure we are always operating at the highest levels of professionalism. Our curriculum is extensive, thoroughly tested, and constantly being updated based on feedback from our clients. Each module represents 2 hours of training delivery, and I mentioned 150 modules. For example, in the team member engagement section, there are 42 modules. That's 84 hours of training just on that area. Leadership development, 38 modules. Presentation effectiveness, 16 modules. Process improvement innovation, 11 modules. Sales effectiveness, 28 modules. Customer service, 18 modules. The modularization of our content is very powerful. We have taken big topics like leadership, sales, etc., and broken them down to micro segments like molecules or atoms. We can recombine the content of these modules into customized training very quickly and expertly. We also have a big array of established assessment tools. We can quickly customize these tools for clients whenever needed. We can assess organizational effectiveness, looking at the leadership development process, leadership for sales managers, executive development program, customer perspectives. We also offer talent management and individual performance assessments. These could focus on leadership effectiveness, sales effectiveness, have engagement surveys, and 360-degree assessments. Our people performance consulting allows us to bring our long experience and broad scope to bear for companies looking at critical issues. Our executive coaching also allows us to concentrate on individuals and their specific issues. Now, we work to partner with our clients through our special 5-step IMAP process. 5 steps all begin with a letter I. The first one, intent. Your organization's strategic vision. The should be as opposed to the as is. We need to know what that is. Inquire. This is a strategic conversation with you to understand where the operation is today, where you want to take it, what needs to change to get there. Third one, involve. Through assessments, surveys, and our unique business improvement discussion process, we determine the alignment around the vision, competency gaps that need to be closed, and attitudes that undermine change. Number 4, innovate. We design interventions that support your strategic intent, provide measurable results, map directly to the competencies needed to power the strategic intent, blend competency development with attitudinal change, and align emotional intelligence with corporate initiatives. The final I, impact. Embed long-term behavior change and gain emotional and intellectual engagement with corporate objectives. The end result of this entire IMAP process is to deliver the holy grail of training. That's right, behavior change. Without achieving behavior change on the part of the participants, the training will not yield the results required. And this is the central focus of all of our efforts on behalf of our clients. What we do works. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan podcast. If you'd like to access more great insights and information, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.